Good afternoon, and thank you for joining America's Weather Streaming Channel. Just wanted to come up with a quick update here on the severe weather expected over the next 2 days in the south. It's just about 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's take a look at the radar and see where we are at this moment. We do have some storms that have popped up in southern Florida. Nothing severe right now. We do have some precipitation in the northeast. Nothing major in that area there. And then we are watching this system in the west here. So from Phoenix, Las Vegas, we do have some thunderstorms popping up there, and then some winter weather in the Salt Lake City area northward. So we're going to watch this storm because the next 2 days we do have the possibility of some severe weather heading our way. Let's take a look at what the Storm Prediction Center says. An enhanced risk of severe weather is possible throughout much of the eastern part of Texas. We're going to dive into exactly what that means in just a second, but you see an enhanced risk for a large part of Texas. And then moving on into Tuesday, not just an enhanced risk, but we also have a moderate risk of severe weather. That's 4 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. This includes eastern part of Louisiana and into Mississippi. All right, so let's take a look exactly what that means. On the scale of 1 to 5, you see enhanced as a level 3. Numerous severe thunderstorms are possible. And then a moderate risk that we see for on Tuesday, widespread storms are likely. All right, so very likely long-lived, widespread, and intense storms heading our way here if you're in that area. So let's take a look at the NAM here, what it's showing. This is the significant tornado parameter, meaning the brighter the colors here, so the more orange and red and purple you see on the screen here, the higher the risk of significant tornadoes will be likely there. All right, so we're taking a look at 5 p.m. tomorrow, and you can see there from Waco and Austin, and then between San Antonio and Houston, you can see that the red there, that the risk for tornadoes is possible. And if we're taking a look at the NAM here, the NAM's not showing a whole lot for tomorrow afternoon at the 5 o'clock mark. You do see some storms developing there to the west of that line we just talked about, from Dallas through Waco to Austin down to east of San Antonio there. And then as we move forward into the evening at 7 p.m. Eastern time there, you see around that Bryan area, all right, big red dot there. All right, that blotch right there means it's very likely we're going to see significant tornadoes in that area. So if you're in that area, you need to really pay attention there to the weather tomorrow. And again, the NAM is really underdoing things right now. For tomorrow, we'll switch over to the HRRR here as we get a little bit closer, because that's it's going to be a little bit more accurate, but the HRRR is not as accurate, in my opinion, the farther out we are. So we'll get that switched over for the next update to see what the HRRR says, because the NAM's not showing a whole lot there. So moving ahead to Tuesday, all right, you see there is a 45% hatched risk area. All right, that's defined there by the Storm Prediction Center in much of Louisiana and Mississippi. All right, Monday into Tuesday there. And on the right side, it's hard to read there, but right in the middle, there's a 90% probability of significant tornadoes for this region. So the Storm Prediction Center, and I just quoted there on the screen, a regional severe weather outbreak, including potential for several tornadoes, a few potentially significant. All right, so the Storm Prediction Center ahead of time here is really telling us that we've got to be prepared for some very serious weather occurring Monday and Tuesday down in the south here. So if you're in this area, you really need to create that severe weather plan right now. Get it written down, get it typed out, communicate with others, know what you're going to do when severe weather hits your area. Okay, so as we move into Tuesday, going back to the significant tornado parameter, oh my gosh, look at this. Look at all that red and the purple, and even within the purple, all right, down just west of Baton Rouge. Oh my goodness, this is not normal. This is not a normal thing we see with any of the models here, and especially this far out. The atmosphere is going to be primed for significant tornadoes in this area. So let's go back to the NAM and see what the NAM shows on the radar. And there you see that it's predicting at 2 o'clock on Tuesday, the storms popping up there, and it's going to be several supercells in a line. All right, so every one of those supercells could produce a significant tornado. And as we move into 5 o'clock, you see that tornado threat moves east, and it continues to be extremely high there from Jackson down to New Orleans. All right, so if you're in that area there, the eastern Louisiana and into Mississippi, you've got to be on the lookout for severe weather tomorrow. Have a plan in place. Get that developed right now. Don't wait for this. And as you see, the NAM shows a significant line of severe weather that's going to go through your area right there at 5 o'clock. And then as we move a little bit later into the evening, that's 8 p.m., and the significant tornado parameter begins to decrease. It's high. All right, and on a normal day, if we see this, we're on the lookout for tornadoes, but it has decreased much from what we see in the afternoon and early evening hours. And the NAM follows with it right there. So if you're under a tornado warning, where do you go? What do you do? All right, the best place to go is to move into, go to the basement. All right, and if you don't have a basement, kind of like me, I don't have a basement, then you want to go to an interior room with no windows. Try to get as many walls between you and the outside that you can possibly get. So obviously, stay away from exterior walls, stay away from windows. All right, none of that protects you. Do not go to an upper floor of a house. All right, the lowest you can get, the better, and the more interior you can get, the better. If you're stuck outside, well, that's not really, you don't really have a safe place there. Try to get under an underpass if that's possible, into a ditch or a low-lying area if that's possible. But again, there's really no safe area if you're stuck under a tornado outside. So we're going to continue to watch the radar. All right, again, today we're not expecting any severe weather, but that really amps up tomorrow. All right, and the central eastern part of Texas. And then on Tuesday, a large area there from Louisiana and Mississippi, all right, will be under the gun for some major severe weather. All right, and again, the Storm Prediction Center quotes a regional severe weather outbreak, including potential for several tornadoes. A few potentially significant is possible. All right, so we're going to continue to monitor the weather with you, and we'll be with you every step of the way. Thank you for joining America's Weather Streaming Channel.